5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's 4 o'clock here. We're on the East Coast, right under the Twin Lights in Highlands, New Jersey, site of the first radio transatlantic broadcast a long, long time ago. So I hope you're having a great post-Turkey Day bliss. You're just sitting around. I heard about a friend of mine's, which was absolutely the epitome of a crazy Thanksgiving. And all I can say, boys, some people certainly keep my life entertained. I'm not sure what that was, but we have a great guest on today. I really like Texas, and I like the music there. I like the people. It's really all around a great place, and so many great songwriters have come up there or moved there. In fact, we have another Texan coming on next week. We have the great and talented Kinky Friedman. Kinky is one of a kind, and I'm going to talk to Wade about him, curious if he's ever run into him. And, that's about it. So let's see what Julie's doing down in beautiful Tampa, Florida with her post-Turkey bliss. Oh, Julie's gone, but I'm here. So, hello, Rick. I see Toby. I see Rick. I see the whole gang. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring on Wade. Here he is, Wade Johnson.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing a lot better than the last time we tried to do this. I recall I was under battlefield conditions at the cannabis show in New York.
Oh, yes, you were.
It was one of those days that just... And to top it off, I lost the case for my headphones, my wireless little Bluetooth guys.
Oh, boy.
But that's the way it goes. We're here now, and you sound great. Have you had a great Thanksgiving? How did you do some damage yesterday?
I did a lot of damage. My wife cooked up a wonderful Thanksgiving meal. We had turkey, corn casserole, bean casserole, mashed potatoes, rolls. We had the whole works, and it was wonderful.
Well,
just the two of us.
Well, my girlfriend and I, Annie, we had a 17-pound turkey. And needless to say, after the broadcast today, I'm going to have a magnificent club sandwich.
Yeah, and I am as well.
And I'll probably be eating those for the whole weekend, which I'm not complaining. I don't know about you, but I ate turkey at Thanksgiving. Hey, Terry, happy Thanksgiving, babe. Glad to see you back this afternoon.
Hello, Terry.
We've got our little posse here. I feel like we're an appendage to the Toby Show.
Yes, we are.
I mean that with all love and affection.
You know what I would say? You know what I like to say? Toby or not Toby? That is the question.
Question. Yes, I agree. In fact, I probably ought to send her an invite and then drag her on here. She's not expecting that, so that always kind of keeps it. Let's see if Toby communicates with us. Hey, oh my gosh, you're here.
There's Jules.
Yep, I'm sitting, yes, for the time being, however long that may be.
You know, Jules, I'm really going to have to
long.
Well, oh, no.
Oh, she lost it.
I'm bringing her back. Oh, we're euthanized. She's been euthanized. Don't worry about this, people. It's just a minor technical difficulty, which we're not even going to go there. So we have Wade and I. Let's just start talking about, she's back.
She
Are you
vanished?
spoken? Are you frozen? If she isn't frozen, I need to take a picture of this real quick. The next time we have her, let me just do this because that is like,
That's gold.
I'm going to use that on her next promo when she least expects it. Oh my God. She's out there right now, no doubt, pulling her technical hair out, but
Yeah.
that's for another time.
She's listening. She's trying to figure out how to get rid of that picture, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure that when, yeah, she's still stuck. So, how did you start? We share a similar background in that we're both drummers by trade.
Correct.
And I'm also a late bloomer as far as songwriting with the guitar. I'm not very good, and I know it. I've always had great players around me. But I can get it across to my bandmates and friends, most of them former bandmates over the years. And then, why do I ask? I know my place in the world, and I know how to write the lyrics, and I know how to produce a song and all those good things. But I'd just rather hire somebody who knows what they're doing. And I'm getting there now where I kind of know what I'm doing enough to get the point across, which is a big deal for me.
Well, we're in the same boat because really I'm not that great of a guitar player, but I do know how to write songs. So I know enough on guitar to write songs, but that's about it. So I like to bring in people that are a lot better than me to play on my records.
Absolutely. And I think that's, especially with COVID, I really learned, a lot of us got our chops on recording long distance in the past 2 years. It really, the whole state of the art has just jumped tremendously, even with the StreamYard that we're using right now. The problems we have are typically internet in nature. The show, like right now, is running great, but if there's any connectivity issues, it's still an issue. But one day when we have a big world gobbling entertainment conglomerate, then we won't have to worry. We'll have a big telephone-sized bunch of wires coming in, and we'll have half the fun with all this stuff.
I'm looking forward to that because technology is not my friend.
It's nobody's friend. It'll probably eventually eat us, but So, tell me, have you ever run into the Kinky Friedman?
I never have. He's been around the area for years, but I've never been in the same room with him.
Well, that's cool. It happens. I haven't ever been in the same room, but I've always enjoyed him over the decades. He's a really funny guy and very wry sense of humor. Ultimate satirist.
Love cigars, which I do.
Yes. Excellent. I like cigar once in a while, too. El Sol down in Tampa, where I lived for many years. El Sol's the tobacconist who took care of Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was in The Governor. He'd be go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm about a once a month cigar smoker. So
well, there you go. No, that's good. You want to definitely all things like that in moderation for sure.
And I don't inhale.
Oh, well, I never inhaled. It's all the allegations.
Isn't that what Bill Clinton said?
He did. And that made him, of all the things, I'll say this. There's some things I still crack up looking at Bill when he was our president. The guy, we had no deficit. He didn't get us into any major wars. I mean, there's been worse things with various presidents in the past couple hundred years. So, he actually gave me a great source of entertainment. But getting back to Texas musicians, who are your favorite people down there, songwriter-wise, and what did you cut your teeth, or who do you pattern yourself on?
Well, as far as Texas goes, I've got a lot of favorite musicians, but they don't really fall into the category of what I write. For example, Eric Johnson, I'm a big fan of his guitar playing. Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've seen both of them in clubs, especially Stevie before he was famous.
Really?
Here in the DFW area. I saw him, I think the first time I saw him was 1975. And a guy called me up who was headlining that night, and Stevie was in a band called Lou Ann Barton and Triple Threat. So he said, you got to come out and hear this guitar player. What's his name? Steve Vaughan. I said, okay. So I go out there, and it was at the Longhorn Ballroom, which is a huge facility. I mean, big dance floor and everything, and all the tables are behind the dance floor. So they launched into the first song, and he blew me away from note one. I picked up a chair and I put it right underneath him. My foot was resting on the stage watching him play.
Man.
He blew me away.
It's funny. I think it was Stevie Ray Vaughan who I recall who said to, I believe it was B.B. King said, maybe I'm confusing the stories. I know that B.B. King, it was Billy Gibbons. Excuse me. I was confusing my Texans. When way back in the 60s or 70s, they ran into each other back in the, before ZZ Top was this phenom. And it was kind of amazing because BB picked up his guitar and basically said, "What are you playing these like telephone poles for strings?" And they said, "Well, everybody tells me that the Haps might have a really good sound." And BB joked, he goes, "Well, I think what you're doing, you're just working too hard." He said, "You get all the tone out of it you need with a lighter gauge string." And you know what? To me, it's whatever works with a guitar player. Because I'm pretty sure B.B. King or Stevie or, Billy Gibbons, all of them, doesn't matter what guitar you hand them, they're going to take it and rip the neck off it.
And they're going to make it sound like them, too.
They're going to sound like them. Yeah. Right. I read of a kid lately, a young guy who was reviewing, and I kind of felt the naivete of youth big time when I read it. He said that he just couldn't believe that John Mayer walked in. He has a little guitar set for aspiring musicians, it's, a Strat, little amp. Well, he was at one of the gigs, that he does promoting this John Mayer guitar kit. And the kid in the review said he couldn't believe it. He was like, wow, he really sounded like John Mayer. And I laughed because I was like, well, he's a Berkeley grad. He's a pretty talented kid, and he'd sound good on my shitty old Kalamazoo 12 string, which I jokingly say this. It's actually really, guitar is probably 45 years old, got a mother of toilet seat inlay, and it's got a big plywood, it's like an old boat from the 60s, but it stays in tune, and it's got a log of a neck. The action on it is really not bad considering it hasn't been tweaked in 20 years, something like that. But,
I'll tell you another great artist out of Texas, and I really admire his songwriting skills and lyrics are fantastic. Stephen Bruton,
Steve Burton, yes.
I mean, that guy, oh my gosh. He was a total package, had, great guitar player, great songwriter, lyricist, great guy. So he's one of my favorites out of here.
He's definitely a killer. I've got a lot of Lovett hails from there, I know, and an Austin guy. He's not down by you guys, but he's another great. I mean, the lyrics the guy writes are just incredible, and he's got our other friend Lee Sklar plays with him. I think they're going on the road with the large band. I'm not positive, but I believe after the first of the year. Go ahead.
I got to see Lee do a session out in California for Jose Feliciano.
Oh, nice.
Jim Keltner on drums. Steve Cropper was producing. Ronnie Capone was engineering. And who else was there? J.A. Spell, my friend who got me in there, was a keyboard player. And we worked together in Memphis.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got about 2 minutes to go. After we come back, I'd definitely like to have you play some tunes. It's always far better to listen to you play than me talk. So
sure.
We'll have some fun.
I love hearing you talk, though.
Well, great. Well, I enjoyed talking to you and everybody else who's out there. For people watching, we are here with the inimitable Wade Johnson, and Julie is teching behind the board, and she's lurking in there. And life is good. We're alive and well. I'm still feeling I'm feeling pretty mellow after all the turkey yesterday.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I wonder how many people out there are actually coming back from a shopping haul. Go ahead. Say, what were you going to say?
You see where I'm pointing my finger?
I do.
That's a poster from that gig that Stevie Ray Vaughan played and signed for me.
Oh, no kidding. That's great. Awesome.
As Steve Vaughan. He wasn't going by Stevie Ray back then.
Was he a real nice guy, or what was his demeanor?
He was super nice. My buddy who was in a band called the Bee's Knees the drummer, he took me backstage and introduced me to him, and he was just as nice as can be.
Well, that's good. I find that so often. There's very few people I run into in the biz who are any decent level who are jerks, you know?
Right.
I think the process winnows out the real jerks. I can think of one artist who I won't name, but I laugh. All I can say is Stevie Nicks guys threw a 5,000 pounds of styrofoam crunchy things that you pack. As he jumped up on the piano, he looked up, and all of a sudden it was like, poof.
Oh, my God.
That was at the end of the tour, and I won't mention the band, but some of my friends out there will know who it is. And
wow.
He's the kind of guy who gets on like his social media and actually heckles his fans who heckle him. He's got no time on it. He's got too much time in his hands if he's doing that shit. I mean,
well,
really.
That's funny.
But all right, well, we're going to go to a break real quick, and we'll be right back. We're going to be back with Wade Johnson, live with Neve.
Sounds good.
Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
All right. Here you are. We're half past the hour. You're on live with Neve, and we've got a great guest on from Texas, and we're talking music, Texas, and all things rock and roll. And Mark Rich, it's so nice to hear from you, brother. Mark Rich of Shooting the Breeze, our pal over in London, and he's out there. They're all dressed up for Thanksgiving Day, I think. I don't know if they dress up as, red coats or something, but I'm teasing you, Mark. We love him and his band. They're definitely part of our music family, and we're glad that he supports us. He's one of our first guests, actually, when I started the show almost 2 years ago, I guess, about a year and a half now. At any rate, let's go ahead and get Wade back on, and let's hear some music. Hey, man, you're back.
I'm back.
All right.
Back in the saddle again.
There we go.
Well, you ready for a song?
We are. Tell us about it and what we're going to hear.
This is a song I wrote not too long ago, this year, with a guy from my first band named Lawrence Card, a.k.a. Larry Card. And we had a band together. It was my first band called the Blue Coats in Thousand Oaks, California. And we were together from 65 till about 69. And we wrote songs back then. But this is one we wrote recently. He wrote the lyrics, I wrote the music.
All right.
And it's called Perfect.
Perfect.
But it won't be.
Sure will.
Back at home at the end of the day, really the rest, it's time to play. In my music room I pick and sing, sunshine and flowers life can bring. I sung for money but not a lot. My friends were drinking a smoking pot. A fistful of memories is all I've got. It's not perfect, perfect as can be. natural curls that bless her brow. She's mine forever, even now. A luckier man there never was. Ask her why, she says because she knows I'll never go away or stray. Bring home all my weekly pay. I bring my love home every day. She's as perfect as can be. My life ain't great, but it's good. I made it the best that it can be. I wouldn't trade it if I could. It's perfect enough for me. But she's as perfect can be. As perfect can. She's as perfect can be. As perfect she's as perfect can be. As perfect she's perfect enough for me. There's Perfect. Are you there?
Here we go. You were going to have to take over the show for a moment there.
Oh, okay. You want me to do a couple more, or how many more?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's go. You know, I was going to mention a very optimistic song. You said you wrote that back in the 60s.
No, actually, that was written this year, but with a guy that I've known since.
Oh, okay. I got it. I was going to say, a very optimistic song for, today's world.
Now, here's a song that is that I wrote years ago, probably back in the 90s, that fits the situation today.
Very good. Well, here we are. We're on with Wade Johnson, everybody, from Texas.
And this one is called Story and Lies.
Mm-hmm.
Or Stories and Lies. So here we go.
All right. Wade Johnson on Live with Neve.
Passion were a virtue shared with people everywhere. If everyone everywhere cared. Patience came in a pill, and no one ever died. No one ever told stories and lies. Everyone took an interest, everyone else around. Everyone was understanding and kept their feet on the ground. Patience came in a pill, and no one ever died. No one ever told stories and lies. I'm crying for forgiveness, I'm crying for a cure, I'm crying for everyone. Passion were a virtue shared with people everywhere. If everyone everywhere cared. Patience came in a pill, and no one ever died. No one ever told stories and lies. I'm crying for forgiveness, crying for a cure, I'm crying for everyone. La 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 la. Crying for forgiveness, crying for a cure, crying for everyone.
All right, Wade. Do you have time to play us one more tune before we go?
I do.
All right. Well, everybody, we're here with Wade Johnson. Tell us, Wade, where can people get your stuff?
My website is wadejohnsonmusic.com.
All right.
MP3s for 3 of my singles are out. You can get those anywhere. iTunes,
All the
Amazon
usual
Prime.
places.
Yeah, all the usual places. So that's your best bet. Then I'm on Facebook also.
Okay, great. Well, what is our next song?
This one is called "That's the Way I Am." And
all right.
Notice you guys were talking about pets. I recently lost my Lucy.
Yes.
Who was my bird dog, and she's the sweetest dog. I've had lots of dogs in my life, but she's the sweetest one I ever had. And we were buddies. So she's in the second verse of this song.
Well, all right. Well, here we go. We all love our critters for sure. It's hard to lose part of the family.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Wade Johnson, live with Neve.
This one's called "That's the Way I Am." Got a bike, it don't run. I've got a bullet, but I've never owned a gun. I've got a big, big heart. I don't know where fast. That's the way I am. Ain't got a leg to stand on. I'm gonna change my plans and direction, 'cause that's the way I am. I've got a dog, she doesn't mind, but she's the best friend that I will ever find. And she's a big, big dog, I'm keeping her forever. 'Cause that's the way I am. Ain't got a leg to stand on. I'm gonna change my plans and direction, 'cause that's the way I am. I've seen so many things in so many ways, and I've been so many places in so little time. I've got a boat, it's sunk. It happened one dark night when I got drunk. I hit a big, big rock. Went down with the boat, 'cause that's the way I am.
All right, everybody, we're here live with Neve. We're going to be out of here. Been watching Wade Johnson with us, and didn't have to stop. And we're going to see you next week. Live with Neve. We're out of here, everybody. Have a great weekend.
'Cause that's the way.
Hey, everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with Jay from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live with Neve.